Back in cuffs for the third time, Enoch Burke, the Irish teacher who's already spent over 560 days behind bars, was arrested again this morning outside Wilson's Hospital School in Westmeath. His crime? Refusing to use they pronouns for a male student, as ordered by the principal. Is this a stand for free speech or defiance of school policy? Let's break it down. No spin, just facts. Enoch Burke, a history teacher and former deputy principal, was first suspended in 2022 after objecting to using they-them pronouns for a student who identifies as gender fluid. He showed up to school daily despite a court order barring him, leading to multiple arrests and jail stints, totaling over 560 days. This morning, January 20, 2026, he returned to the school gates, protesting what he calls transgender ideology being forced on educators. In a statement outside, Burke said, "This is all about transgender ideology, forcing it upon every school in the country. They want silence, not debate, but my conscience will bring me back to this gate. I was never told I had to renounce my Christian beliefs to do this job. They can throw me in a prison cell, but they can't force me to lie." The school insists it's about following equality policies and protecting student welfare. Courts have repeatedly sided with the school, fining Burke and ordering him to stay away. Burke frames this as a religious freedom battle. He's evangelical, Christian, arguing compelled speech violates his beliefs. Supporters rally at the gates, chanting for conscience rights. On the other side, LGBTQ+ groups and the school say pronouns affirm students' identity and prevent harm. Ireland's laws, like the 2000 Equal Status Act, protect gender identity in education. Critics of Burke call his actions disruptive, impacting other students and staff. Over 100 days in jail so far this round. Taxpayers foot the bill while the case drags on. No trial date set. So, Ireland's government and people, what do you say? To the Minister for Education, how long can one teacher tie up courts and schools over pronouns? Is there a better way to balance beliefs and student rights without jail? To school principals nationwide, should pronoun use be mandatory, or can teachers opt out on conscience grounds? Where's the line? To parents and viewers, would you want your child's teacher jailed for disagreeing on gender, or is compliance non-negotiable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate. This isn't just Ireland. Similar clashes hit the UK, US, and Canada. Free speech versus inclusion. Who's really winning? Hit like if this sparked your thoughts, subscribe for global news breakdowns, and share your take below. Is Enoch Burke a hero or a holdout? Next on The Newsroom Global, your front row seat to the world stories.
I would say, crime stalking our land, the streets not safe, wave of crime, but the guards' business now this morning to come and arrest me from here. And you can throw me in a prison cell, you can silence me, but my conscience will bring me back to this gate, because I have a right to be here. I have a right to teach German here in this school. I did my job well. Every parent, I'd say, would say that this morning who had a child in my class. I did my job well. I was a good teacher. I am a good teacher. I am a good teacher. And when I was hired here, my contract didn't say that I had to call a boy they. It didn't say that I had to renounce my Christian beliefs. And we saw the DAP, the Disciplinary Appeals Panel. That's the body that was supposed to investigate what happened here. Was it right that I was suspended for this issue? And we saw a month ago now what happened. No cross-examination. The hearing aborted, cut short at the end. And Principal Niamh McShane and the chairperson John Rogers being protected. No questions allowed. No questions allowed. No evidence, the evidence allowed to be brought forth. And I say that all just goes back to one thing, simply shows and proves I have not committed any gross misconduct. I have not committed any gross misconduct. Why the cover-up? Why the no questions? Why the no cross-examination? It really all goes back to the same thing. Asking a question at a staff meeting and asking a question in a chapel service, a Christian meeting, where Christianity and Christian belief and Christian doctrine was being cast into the gutter. That is not gross misconduct. The Bishop Ferrin Glenfield, the Reverend Ferrin Glenfield, the Bishop of Kilmore, coming up to me and whispering to me that, commending me. He agreed with me. Maybe he didn't have the courage to do it himself. I know he's the one who's supposed to know, isn't he, what Christian doctrine, what the ethos is of this school. So that's the case today. Sadly, of course, the court's not doing what they should do, upholding constitutional rights. But every citizen in this country has that right. It's inalienable. You do not have to bow to transgender ideology. You cannot be forced to accept it. We have our constitutional rights in this country.